Good.
Haven't tried her on the Jaeger yet.
Good. And back again. Yeah.
In the jeans.
Well done. Good. And a bit slower.
Quite by my
Good. Stay there. Stay there. Don't let him walk. Good. Stay there. Stay there. Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah. And then go forward again. Good. Well done. Good. Well done. Transition to walk. And long neck. That's how we're going to get it. Clearer, raw ingredients that don't take too long to get your hands on. Just takes too long. And then, of course, as the exercise then get more complicated, you won't be ready in time.
Yeah.
And everything then, of course, as you go up to elementary, gets thicker and faster. And what he's doing in his medium trot is then being resistant to the transition aid. So then you've got nothing, you can't get into it because he's resisting the button.
Yeah.
So just getting going into it. Get quick reactions off of one aid. One chance to respond and then... Because then it quickly learns to go off the first one, whereas he goes probably off the 20 now.
Yeah.
Because you let him.
It's very true. When you test have the 2 second marks for you always get a worse mark for effectiveness of the aid.
Yeah.
And then whatever the other one is always better.
You just use too many.
Yeah.
It's not you give the wrong aid, you just let him go off with the 5th one.
Yeah.
And you do it all for him, but we all do that. We're all guilty of it. And you have to be quite... It's not you have to get cross at him, but you just have to be like, I've asked you, you're not doing it. Instant. And you have to reprimand him in like less than a second.
Yeah.
That's how, if in doubt, it's not reactive enough. Because you saw that as you went to go walk to Canton.
Yeah.
We didn't listen, did it? But do that even more within the smaller transitions, because it's the same. Yeah. And then there's a moment you started doing loads of different, you brought the weight down behind, you pushed him forward, the shoulder came up, it came looser in the back. So as much as you're sort of flexing left or right, get suppleness by getting him to do that. Sit down behind him and push forward.
So homework, summary,
All of that.
all of the above.
Reactions. Reactions first.
Yeah.
Sod whether he's tight in the neck or not.
Yeah.
And then when he's round and soft in the neck, expect him to still react, but probably not. It doesn't need to be as... but like you had there, you said go forward, he went, okay. Come back, okay. It doesn't have to be, yeah, sure, I'm going to do that. That's great. It just has to be yes. Or on the way of doing that.
And then forward and back.
Forward and back, getting him engaged, bringing him back on the half pole. Then thinking about the flexibility once he's there. Once you've got the hind leg under, once you've got him pushing forward to the bit, then soften the neck. What we tend to do is think about softness in the neck and then not at all about what the hind legs do. You can't get him off the hand until the hind legs doing more, and he's in a better way of going. So just think of the process. Reaction first, start, stop, start, stop.
Yeah.
And within start, stop, you can get a reaction left and right with the rein,
Yeah.
but don't think about it for suppling, just think about reactions.
Yeah.
Can I bend him left? Yeah. If I touch on the right rein, does he go? All right. And that's where you can be a bit sharper with him,
Yeah.
and then smooth it all down again. But really feel like, shit, this is quite intense now, I want to calm it all down, as opposed to thinking, oh, I need to, I'm struggling, I'm stuck in a bit of a bog, I've got to pedal, otherwise I'm going to just grind to a halt. Deal with it when he stops. Let him let you down. Give him the responsibility to keep going. And the only way you're going to give him the responsibility of doing it is by not doing it yourself. So you've got to delegate more things to him, keeping the pace, keeping the impulsion, and keep on listening.
Yeah.
To whatever. You might ask him the wrong thing, but he should try and do the wrong thing. It's not for him to decide.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're asking more of him, it's not going to feel instantly better,
Yeah.
because it's harder work.
What did you say about rhythm? That's not so bad.
It's not so bad once you've got him firing off the hind leg,
Yeah.
because the rhythm lost, because he's just... And in the canter, the same thing. When you use the leg once, he doesn't go... doesn't take that breath in and go... Woo, up there he goes. You know, and that's where you got with 1A go, and boom! And that's why I don't mind him bucking, and I don't mind him farting about a bit, because at least then he's emotional and he's a bit more off the floor. Yeah. And then when he's more emotional about it, then it's easier to calm him down. It's easier to say, that's brilliant. Just do a bit less now. It's a much better position to be in as a director. When you're churning it out too quickly ahead of schedule, you say, well, calm down a bit, have a break. Take it easy. Don't try so hard. Whereas he gets you trying harder, so he can direct you about. And he's in control then, isn't he? He's taking you for a ride.
So in terms of paces, the trot, once he's going okay, that's...
They're all good. They're all good. Yeah. Once you've got that reaction, then you can start to make an adjustment to it. Because actually, of course, when he's got working at a higher revs and a bigger volume, of course he gets tight, so he can't, until he gets softer, move bigger. So his bones almost fuse together because the muscle is contracted and tight. But until he's tight like that and you've got that impulsion, when you then soften him, he'll feel the benefit. Whereas if he's working at low revs, you soften him through, it just goes like a jelly. And you don't want that, because that's when he starts tripping, that's when he starts falling over, that's where he just plows onto the hand and you've got no better quality movement because you haven't got better impulsion and you haven't got better suppleness. So go for the two that join together then that give you better collection and cadence, which then will lead to better extension. Until I would teach him extension through thinking the idea of passage. Shortening him back, making him shorter, but off the floor like that, and then go forward.
And he doesn't find that hard, he finds shortening.
Do you
Realise that he's alright about it.
I find shortening easy, but shortening with expression and impulsion. Then he chooses to go forward, because then the higher intensity pressure becomes in the collection. So he's like, oh, fuck this, I'd rather extend. You know, that's my easier option. So all you're doing, basically, is then saying anything that he chooses. Salsa did it with Sam Piaf. He uses as a bit of an excuse to then go, well, I'm doing this, aren't I clever? But he's behind the leg and he's not going forward and he hasn't got an impulsion. But it's his no man's safe zone. So what we did with him was saying, right, you've got to really have to Piaf now. You're really going to have to, you know, and then it's like, oh, stop this, I'm going. Get me out of here.
So in a test scenario, you know, with novices, it's progressive steps. So some
Short. Yes.
And probably 4 meters of short, across the diagonal, then show different, then come back. Probably only do maybe 6, 5, 6 paces. That's
And then come back, right back to balance again. You know, so let's say it's from H to P, so you're showing it. By the time you get to P, go to collected trot, and then when you then join the track again, then go forwards to working trot again. So you're just really showing that you finished the movement with a full stop, and you're starting it with a capital letter. You know, so the next movement obviously starts from P, for example. So then you're saying you're starting the next movement, even though this movement might be a bit ropey. That's over with, the next mark you can get an 8 for. And break it down into sentences. See where the marks are. Look what you can do as opposed to what you're struggling with as well. Get the best mark you can with the things that you're struggling with, but then be really nitpicky about the things that you could get your 8 for. Because I think that's what we tend to do, is we panic so much about the things that we struggle with. It's like, because we do trots coming up in a minute, and then you start over asking, and then the 20-metre circle in trot then looks flustered, unbalanced, tight, and not through. Good. You're welcome.